Yellow.
Mic. All right.
Hello?
Mic check.
I think the camera's right.
Oh, oh, man, there's Big O screaming there. A little bit of a echo. So, welcome to As the Rotor Turns. I love it. Jason worked so hard trying to get this going here. So, definitely doing some recording today. It's probably gonna be one of our first sober podcasts ever that we've ever done. So that's kind of good because we've got a lot to talk about. We've been, I know,
Echo.
yeah, it's like in my ear right after I say. But, anyways, welcome to As the Rotor Turns. This is going to be my opinion today, not the opinion of the Rescue Company One, any soon to be owned company by the Rescue Company One or Institution of Higher Learning.
Yes.
Not the opinion anybody gives us a job, houses us, or employs any of us. Anybody that gives us work is not their opinion. Not the opinion of our beautiful, handsome, great hair out in the middle of nowhere on a boat, Dr. Benjamin Abo. And and it's not their opinion, it's just mine. And it's gonna be, hey baby,
Hey.
her opinion today. And then but hey,
I'm here.
it's your opinion. And then there's a large hippo over there that's
Hey.
steaming, who's getting some alligator shoes,
A little uncomfortable. They
Air
just
Force
behind
Ones.
me.
So lots going on, man. Me and the hippo did some recording earlier today.
There's some things happening now that he's
Yeah.
not happy with.
Oh, sorry.
Or not happening. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
No, what's going on?
they're not connected. It's okay. Go ahead.
Anyways, here we are.
Figure it out.
Well, we'll get there. It's not like we went to a live podcast of one of our favorite podcasts. I think it's one of your favorite now. I don't want to speak
Yeah.
for you.
He
Yes,
listens to
it
it
is.
all the time.
Yeah, but Small Town Murder.
Yes.
And we love those guys. They are super professional when they do it. And then even live though, they still had technical issues. Remember?
Oh yeah.
So it's not just you, so it's them, but hey, we're gonna work through it.
Yeah.
So, a lot of stuff's been going on. You guys probably haven't seen us live for a while. Been teaching a shitload. So we've been like gone. And as we mentioned in the last podcast, we've been like, which is why we're sober today, because we've actually been working all day. Is really, man, we just been going nonstop.
I don't know the last time we actually stopped doing anything.
Yeah, it's been since the start of this year.
We were here till 8 o'clock last night too.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
We weren't doing anything fun.
Yeah, we've been eating in this office, doing everything, man. So,
but we haven't been here. Like you and I haven't been in the office together in today would have been 2 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely.
So because we've been gone.
Yeah. But like we recorded lessons all day today.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like we haven't gotten off these cameras and microphone. You've been typing on.
I've been trying to silently type.
Yes,
You know how hard that is?
Because you're an angry typer.
I am a very angry typer.
Trish has been building dog houses, doing all kinds of stuff. You're leaving the studio there?
Yeah.
Okay. So, so all kinds of stuff going on. And, we have started the process of buying a school.
We have, and it's getting real.
Yes. And soon enough we'll be able to kind of say, hey, this is what the school is. But while you're going through all this stuff, some people know out there, so we're trying to like follow the rules, even though we're very excited. We tell some people about it. But one of the things is not on the pre-written schedule here that I just kind of like you guys being the core of the people that are here. Like, what does this mean to you guys? We'll start with the love of my life. I love you.
What does what mean? But
What does this mean to you? Like us buying us school and doing all this.
I think it gives us the opportunity to do education the way we want to do it, to get people to do more hands-on and do it right. Oh,
There you are.
Well, hello.
hi.
So, you know, in the whole time that we've been doing this, the other thing that, you know, a lot of people go, oh, where's Trish? She hasn't been, you know, and your parents are sick.
Oh yeah.
They both have cancer.
Yep.
And you've been dealing with a lot doing that.
Yep.
You know, and on top of that, they've been trying to help us get a school.
Yeah.
So it's like they're sick, they're in and out of the hospital. That's been going on too. So it's like, I want like people to acknowledge that, you know, on top of the fact that we are here doing this and solving everybody's problems, is the fact that, you know, we all have stuff going on that's crazy.
And we both still work clinically.
Yeah. So, man, that we're buying a school.
I know.
Like, how does that mean? What does that mean to you?
Jokingly, I would say that it is a little bit overwhelming and scary. But in reality, I think it's amazing. I think that it is a way to show seriousness about how we feel about what we're doing in the industry. It has to do with growth. I don't know that this opportunity would have been here for us a year ago.
Yeah.
And I think that because we've grown so much and the things that we've done, and, you know, because of the amazing students we've had and willing to give us, you know, the credit where credit is due and their feedback and all the improvements and stuff that we've been able to make, it's allowed us to have this opportunity. Because once this is more of a public thing and what exactly it is, the opportunity that we have is amazing.
Yeah.
And it is truly, I would say, decently a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah. It was on top of working here.
And as much as it is overwhelming and scary, because there's a lot, like there's a lot to it.
Yeah.
And a lot of papers
Yeah.
and a lot of what have yous and whatnots and rules to follow and all these things. You know, we can do it.
Yeah.
I have no doubt in that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you know what a lot of people don't realize a lot of times is there are days where it is all four of us, but then there's a lot of days that it's not.
No.
There's a lot of days that I have to make decisions and
Yep.
think, well, what would his decision be? And, you know, cross my fingers that when I tell you about it, it was the right decision. But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I've done too bad yet, but
No, you've done
you
good.
know, we are a small family, and in the end, we are a small army with a lot of power.
Yeah.
But it takes a lot of work. And we put in the work, and people don't always see that. But reality, that's why people haven't seen us
Yeah.
on a podcast. That's why we haven't been. Thank God we have a social media lady, or else
Yeah,
we wouldn't
thank
even
God.
be
We'd
there.
off the face of the
Yeah.
earth, you know.
But, you know, we have just been very fortunate to be as busy as we are. We have good problems.
Yeah.
But like you said, and I want to give Trish the credit that she's due, she's juggling a lot.
Yeah.
And she's not been as present and hasn't been in all the places, but she's always where she should be. And she loves people fiercely, and
Yeah.
she is, you know, doing the best she can.
And then, you know, last little bit here on this introduction is, you know, Jason, what does this mean to you, man? Because, you know, a lot of people don't know like all the different stuff you do. You're like the camera guy, you're the recording guy, you're the, you know, the
I'm
dude.
the fuck up all the time.
No.
Yes.
I
Absolutely.
You're
feel like
always the
you're going to
angry
have to
one.
share that
Yeah. I
with the rest of us.
I listen, I will take it all. At least it's just one of us doing it, you know.
No, listen, you know,
Ugh.
like the dude that fixes trailers, you know, like the guy that makes, you know, I mean, realistically, there's nothing that we do here that doesn't have your special magical touch to it. And like, you know, now you've got a this is the thing. You have a responsibility, you know, somewhere else now that you're going to be responsible for.
Yeah.
So
it's a great opportunity. I've always been happy to be part of the company, and it has grown tremendously within the past couple years, and it's just a great opportunity for us to show other people, other areas of the state, other departments exactly what you do here, and it's going to be great to be able to hit those numbers that a lot of the other larger schools or more preferred schools don't actually hit, because you put in the work. We have a different way, not conventional, that we teach, and truthfully everybody in public safety loves that, and that's and they actually learn a lot more that way.
I think it actually is a little conventional. We just don't necessarily see it that way. I mean, Montessori schools have been around forever.
That's
true. That's exactly kind of how we teach. See one, do one, teach one.
Right.
Yeah, we are more on that level for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to contribute to the fact that you said you were a fuck up, but I am going to correct you in one thing. People don't come here anymore to see what he can do. They come here to see
what you can
we
do.
can do.
Yeah, and
All of us.
and that's the,
It is you too. As much as you don't want the credit.
The hardest person on themselves is Jason.
Oh my God.
But like, people ask me, it used to be that like everybody would have to turn around and ask me like, hey, what's the answer to this? But I get asked all kinds of goddamn questions now that I don't know the ansser to because it's something Jason did.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, like, hey, what did
I really do.
Where'd you guys get those from? I'm like, not a clue. Okay, where can we get this? Where's that at? I'm like, well, not sure. Like, you got to call Jason.
Yeah.
We should be sponsored by PBR, but we also should be sponsored by DJI and all these other companies that
that
you are selling. You're selling all kinds of stuff.
I don't even know how many.
Yeah, but to stay on schedule though, I do want the three of you guys to know how much I appreciate everything you guys do, and I appreciate all the sacrifices and stuff. And I say this a lot because sometimes it's all I have is the ability to be able to say that I appreciate you and what you guys do and how important it is. And like, man, today to me, like, I can't sit there and read through slides and do all that stuff, but
you did it.
The ability that, you took a PowerPoint and you made it work. And then, you made it work with me talking into a microphone and doing it. So, man, you're unbelievably talented.
Yeah. But the thing is that you need to do that's what everybody loves. That's how everybody learns, is how you do it. You don't read slides. That's fine. That's okay.
Yeah.
The basically, like you always say, the slide is just something that you look at to keep on track, but all the information, what you're going to say without having anything.
Man, it's so crazy to read.
What during the recording earlier, he's like talking and he's like, yeah, look at that. Like, it's like I already knew it. Like, everything that you said was already there, and we hadn't even made it there yet. So, I'll go back. I'll edit it. I'll make it to where somebody can follow along if they want to see it and write stuff down. But regardless, it's gonna be a great product, and that's what the school is gonna be. It's gonna be a great product. The other thing is, like, you do have a lot that you give us, everybody, other than just saying thank you, or other just than just showing us your appreciation. And just like us, as far as like not taking compliments, you don't do it either.
Yeah,
so
you don't.
But that's okay. We'll get past it.
And I will say, in all the jobs I've ever worked, I've never been more verbally. I know that I truly am appreciated, but you tell us all the time.
Well, I appreciate
and that is something that is lost in the world today. It's
people don't care.
People don't have it. People don't say what they feel.
No.
It goes both ways. You also tell us when we're pissing you off. But
damn right I do.
All right. So 2,000 people watching are done listening to us suck each other's dicks.
So let's get past that. So, baby.
Yeah.
Do you have a word?
I do.
Yeah. I do love your outfit today. You look beautiful.
Well, thank you. I almost wore that steampunk hat.
Oh, you
yes.
should have.
I almost did.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
It needs to make a debut.
It
Yes.
does. It does. And it looked really good with us,
Yeah, I bet.
but I couldn't wear glasses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So then I couldn't see.
Right.
Yes. We want you to see.
Not really.
I mean, what do you need to see?
Nothing.
So
Once
what's the
you're
word?
done with the word, you're done seeing.
Mhm.
I know. So the word's Venus.
Oh,
Ooh. Venus.
Mhm.
isn't that
Hmm.
like a toilet company?
I don't know.
Venus. Oh, is it?
Oh.
I got it.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, is it basically when you're looking at somebody and you don't want to say they're being a penis because you got kids around, you're saying, man, you're being a penis, dude. Is that it?
No, but
Oh,
I think that is a great idea.
Oh, okay. All right.
penis
Maybe we can have that as another
definition.
definition.
I feel like we should start submitting.
I'll submit it
things.
to Urban Dictionary.
I always love to hear what Jason's got to say about the word.
Well, I do you want me to go now or should I go?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh, here it goes. So my
He's using his hands
vision
too.
when I heard Venus, okay, is the elusive dark Loch Ness monster, right? So it's a instead of Loch Ness, it's a bee nest.
Yes.
Okay. So it's a big, dark, elusive penis.
Oh, I don't think there's any
Mic drop.
dark penises
that is
are
also a great definition.
elusive here because
Well-
we send a lot of them.
Yeah,
Yes.
but this is one that's off in a distance that everybody wants to get. It's so big and so dark. They want to get to it, but they can never do it. They never get to it.
Oh,
I like it, buddy. What do you think?
I mean, I was kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum. I was gonna go with a bean-sized penis.
Oh,
Oh, there it is. You know what? If she gets another fucking word, we're never doing this thing again. Because I think that this shit's prearranged now. And I don't like it.
okay, so it is the measure of how far back you wear a beanie. The further back you wear it on your head, the longer your penis is. Usually measured in inches.
That,
I think
made that a thing?
I think Jody liked it. She says, "Go
I don't
Nessie."
know.
Uh,
Who made that a thing?
Not me.
oh my
Urban
god!
Dictionary did.
Holy
Oh,
shit!
yeah.
Does it bother you when like it's hot as fuck here in Florida,
Mm.
and you got some asshole wearing a beanie?
Oh, there's another one. It's kind of
Okay.
funny. It's a acoustic pussy.
Ooh, what's
You want to
that?
do that one too?
Well, just tell us.
It's when you misplace your vibrator.
Oopsie.
Oopsie, oopsie doodles.
All right.
I don't get it.
And
I looked through my car, my bathroom, my closet, but I guess time to play the acoustic. What? But I guess time to play the acoustic pussy tonight. That doesn't
Wait,
really
make
make
it
sense
Oh,
to
sense.
it
me.
means that you're doing the stuff with it
Oh.
without the thing.
Check.
It's a solo act,
Nah,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
no instruments.
yes.
without the thing.
I like how a man that just did like a bean flick in the air
There
right
was-
there. It's like way to
There was a
represent
hint.
that
I mean, I
there.
didn't put it up here high enough.
Yes. Well, good. Well, good talk. Oh, buddy. A lot of shit on the news. I don't even know what the fuck's going on because we haven't recorded until you tell me the news. I don't
I
even
know. And there's been a lot, but I didn't cover.
Are we talking about the most recent thing here in Orlando? No.
Yeah, 3 killed.
Oh, yeah.
Yesterday,
Mm,
the
Yeah.
crazy psycho 19-year-old.
yeah.
Not sure what was going on with him. So yeah, I just happened to see it on the news when I was driving home last night.
Is the other
because
news guy okay?
the photographer? Yes.
Hmm.
Well, I haven't seen an update. It did
They
say
said
he
he
was
was
in
going-
critical
He
condition,
was
Yeah.
going back into surgery today.
but he hasn't
Oh.
died.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So
The plus.
So he made it through.
A couple of surgeries.
Yeah. But the one reporter, that's how I saw it, is that he did like all of his internships and all of his apprenticeships and everything he did at local news stations around here.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very similar to like law enforcement, public safety families. They lost one of their own.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you see all of these news channels and they're all rallying together and they're, mourning a loss of one of their own.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that poor kid, he was only 24 years old and he
Oh.
had just this was his first legit job as a reporter outside of, school and doing all of his interning and all that stuff. So he, worked his way there and he got there and they were out. They were on the scene covering the story because the guy had originally gotten in the car with people that he knew. There was a male driving, a female in the passenger seat, and then he got in the back seat behind the passenger and shot the girl in front of him.
Oh,
Wow.
So then the guy pulled over. He got out of the car, started running. This is all in Pine Hills. I can't remember the street name, but it was in the article. And that guy called 911. All this stuff happened. So the news comes because they're covering the story of this person that got in the car and then shot the passenger. And then they start getting more 911 calls of gunshots in that same neighborhood, like within a 2-block radius of where the initial one happened. And then one of them was the reporter and his photographer who were on scene doing a interview for the first one. So then he ended up losing his life. The reporter did. And then also in the area, he ended up taking the life of a 9-year-old girl. Her mom also was injured, but she did not.
She didn't. She didn't
die.
She's not dead. Okay.
Just unfortunately, her daughter.
But she wishes she was probably
Take
dead.
me out.
yeah.
Take me down.
Anything on this guy? Is he mentally disturbed or what?
I mean,
He has a long
looks
criminal
like
history.
but he has a very long criminal. He's only 19.
Yeah.
His criminal history is pages and pages long.
Yep.
But it all started when he was under the age of 18, so it's all sealed.
Oh my goodness.
I read quite a few things. He did all that in a year and however long.
Like he's got an entire book of charges from before he was 18.
Like I read quite a few things, I guess.
From 18 to 19?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is he
out?
Like
part of it was
this is
armed robbery.
Mhm.
There was assault with a deadly weapon, from what I can remember.
Multiple charges and convictions
For
where weapons were involved.
Yeah. And none of it was none of it was not serious.
I just don't understand. So we lead the world in the most incarcerated people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like we lead the world in the most incarcerated people. This is definitely one of those that should not be out.
I feel like the system failed us.
Yeah.
And the system failed these 3 people that lost their lives. They failed the families of these 3 people because this person should not have been.
I say we let the
society.
marijuana people that are in prison for selling marijuana.
Oh yeah.
Out of prison.
Should be fine.
And we put people like this in there.
Yes,
I don't
look
really
at this picture of him. Obviously there's something going on, whether it be drugs or some sort of mental illness. I don't know, but you can just see it on his face.
Yep.
Yeah. Listen, there is some countries that don't have a lot of people in prison for a good reason.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even make it in there. You know what I'm saying? They don't make it in there. And if you do ever go to a prison there and you get out, guess what? You reformed.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to go back. You know what I mean?
Right.
We were watching Dateline and there was a guy that was in prison in South America and he was deathly afraid to come to America for prison.
Oh yeah.
And that one South America prison, it was like sewers run through the cells and it was horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't want to come back because he knew he was never getting out of prison here.
Yeah.
Well, isn't there a prison in Texas that the entire prison is outside in
Arizona.
tents?
Arizona.
Arizona.
Oh, I thought it was Alabama.
No,
Okay.
Arizona.
No, it's in
Louisiana.
The
I don't know.
Arizona.
Somewhere
Yeah,
hot.
it's
I know
It is somewhere hot.
Maricopa County.
yeah. It's
America-
because it's in the desert. It's legit out.
And
I
it gets
bet,
cold at night.
Yes.
In the
but-
desert, it does.
But then you want to die during the day because it's so hot. And
Yep.
it's just
the guy
doing
that
the sun.
started that was a guy named Sheriff Alpayo.
Oh,
Because
it wasn't.
Said he is
Judd.
probably
No, he would.
yeah, that's his brother, long lost brother. And he started that, and he basically realized that he can get each prisoner through the day for $2. $2 a day, feeding them, housing them, everything. Everybody has pink underwear.
Yep.
That way you don't have to fight over your underwear.
Yep.
And then they get 2 bologna sandwiches. and as much water as they want.
Mhm.
You know, you just gotta walk to go get your water
Mhm.
in the hot ass sun. And he's just, you know, they're just fine. You know what?
They're alive.
You gonna behave.
I don't feel like they should be getting special treatment. Sometimes I feel like people that are incarcerated here are living a better life than they would if they weren't
Yeah,
incarcerated.
absolutely.
You know,
And that's
like
not fair.
you can try to
No.
escape over there in Arizona. You just it's gonna be a while before you get anywhere.
Yeah, it is.
There
And if
Somebody's
you
gonna
make
find
it
you.
Yeah.
without any water,
ain't no water there.
Yeah.
Oh my god. What else you got, boy?
really quick, there's
Yeah.
a new Netflix series. It's called The White Boy. I don't know
Oh.
if you've seen that one. Oh yeah, it's about one of the first juveniles that was sentenced to life for drug charges.
Oh,
No
Oh.
shit.
Yeah,
I
it's
did
pretty cool.
start-
Still
I
in
did watch
prison
60
for life.
Days
Yep.
In. That was pretty good.
Everybody else basically was able to get out of prison because of the way that the law kind of changed the law, but this guy had to stay in.
You know, it just amazes me. Like, I think if we got rid of all the drug charge people that are in prison, you know, like the big drug people, like the fentanyl, heroin people, you get to stay in jail.
yeah, they should stay.
Yeah, but like if you were selling, you know, if it was the 70s and you were selling cocaine, that was like selling toothpaste back
Yeah,
then. You know what I
that was
mean?
what
It's
you
like,
did.
hey, you gonna do it again? No. Okay, let
Yeah.
that guy go.
So what if the fentanyl people like advertise that, hey, there's fentanyl in here? Do they still need to be in jail?
I think they need to be in jail because you're selling something illegal like that. Like that's deadly.
It is
Fentanyl
deadly.
shit. Like
But
that's
if
deadly.
you're gonna take it,
Hey, listen,
it's not like it's a secret.
You ain't gonna stop
Everybody
it.
knows it's deadly.
Listen, if you want to be a free fentanyl dealer, be good at it. Don't get caught.
I'm not saying I want
Yeah.
to be that.
Yeah, well,
I'm just
saying.
I'm just saying if you choose to take fentanyl, then
Yeah,
shit happens.
I'd be an awesome fentanyl dealer.
you would
Oh,
be caught
jeez.
in a minute. You know why? Just the OCD-ness do you have of
Oh.
shit. Like you would go back to some person's house and go, hey, I gave you the wrong bag. It's a secret.
Yes,
Someone need to give you this one, and you'll be caught right away.
right
Yeah.
away. Like
So
going down.
what else
So
you got,
we
buddy?
So I'll go to that in a second, but we just got a really cool comment from Julian Blandon. Says, thank you guys for the podcast. You don't have any idea how important it is to me. First, it helps me with my listening skills, and second, I laugh and I learn on my way to work from the land to Station 8.
Oh wow.
I really appreciate it.
Oh man, we appreciate
Well,
it.
that's
Thank you,
awesome.
Julian. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
that, man.
I'm glad that we can help.
Yeah.
I'm sorry we've been on a hiatus.
Yeah, we're gonna try to
But
be
we've
more.
still been putting stuff out, so there's
Yeah.
still stuff to listen to.
Yeah, it's just not
We
live.
just haven't been live.
Yeah.
Ah,
It's still
So-
there. So next, in conjunction with what we're talking about, I found it really interesting that this made the news. Yesterday, Thursday, was the first death row inmate execution in Florida since 2019.
Really?
really?
Wow.
Why so long?
What did this fella do?
I don't remember.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, I was gonna use my iPad for it, but
Hippo, what you got there?
click
buddy?
on it.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Here we go.
This is
He
the
died.
third one.
Yeah.
He's the third one to
died.
be executed under Daddy DeSantis.
I tell you what, that dude is a governor right there, ruling. Hey,
This guy, Donald Dilbeck. He murdered somebody in 1990.
oh
Oh,
Jesus!
okay. Yeah,
Time
there-
to go, Mister.
He was 59. He was put down by lethal injection.
You know this. You know, like if you are a person on death row,
Just
waiting,
one person is all he killed?
So here's the funny thing. So that's what I was reading. He'd been convicted for murdering someone in 1990 after he escaped from prison and fatally stabbed her in Tallahassee's shopping mall parking lot in an attempted carjacking.
Holy shit!
This is the third execution under Governor DeSantis.
Did I go too far?
Here's his final statement. I know I hurt people when I was young. I really messed up. But I know Ron DeSantis has done a lot worse. He's taken a lot from a lot of people. I speak for all men, women, and
Go fuck
children.
yourself.
He don't talk. He don't speak about
He's
my
put
daddy
his
like that.
foot in our necks. Ron DeSantis and other people like him can explicitive. I'm gonna go with it says fuck off.
You know, listen.
So he gets death row for killing one person, and people that shoot like lots of people
I know. Makes no
don't
sense.
get death row.
you know,
There's
And
two-
I'm not saying he should ever,
Not to-
see the light of day.
I like to speak to this gentleman that's dead right now,
Mm.
and
I don't.
the reality is this, sir. Like, if you were expecting a phone call from Mr. DeSantis, he was taking a nap right when you were killed.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like,
You know what? I hope he did call just to
just
say.
to check. Just kidding.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
we're
yeah,
still
no,
on.
still standing.
Yeah, still on. No stay of execution for you, asshole. You know, listen. Thank God for Mr. DeSantis, huh?
Yes.
God, boy,
I
I'll tell
am a
you
full
what.
supporter
Yeah.
of the death penalty.
I feel like-
However,
oh, go ahead.
I do have concerns with it because I do feel also very strongly that our legal system is broken.
Oh yeah. Fuck that.
And I do feel like there are a lot of people that get wrongly accused and wrongly sentenced
Yeah.
and
Yes.
convicted.
Yep.
I do feel like that is a thing. So I do agree with those people maybe being on death row longer and having the chance to fight for their freedom. 'cause
I
we
mean, I
have
think
seen,
they give
think-
people time. Like, it
Yes.
not like you
it's
get
not like you
convicted.
die tomorrow.
Yeah, you basically.
It's actually more expensive to
Is it-
keep people or to
The upkeep.
execute a person
Yeah,
It is.
than it is to put them on like
the upkeep.
sentence.
But what
yeah,
I don't understand is like the people that you know for sure, like this guy yesterday that shot and killed all three of these people. People saw him do this.
yeah.
Like multiple people saw him do this.
Yes.
Now he did get to go into court and plead not guilty
Well,
because
you
he's
know,
probably going to try and plead insanity.
you can still go fuck yourself. sir.
But people saw this happen and there were credible sources, multiple sources. It's on like CCTV stuff from like street cams and all that stuff. So there's no denying what this guy did.
we should
him,
kill him right
He
away.
should go ahead and die
right
tomorrow.
away. Yeah, right
So-
away.
So what about if he claims that he's mentally ill?
Yeah. Well,
Mm.
listen. If he dies,
I feel like his record tells us that that's not really the problem.
well, listen. Let's just say this. This guy right here, mentally. Let's say he is mentally ill.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? Unmedicated, whatever. What's the loss to society?
No, he's
None.
not a loss to society.
Nah, you know what? Yeah, time for you to go.
The other
You
people
killed
are.
a child, man. You killed a
Yeah.
fucking child. It's time for you to go.
And she was, from what I read, she was a gymnastics star. So how do you know she wasn't going to go to the Olympics?
Yeah,
Maybe she
man.
would
You
have.
know,
like,
he
killed a child, man.
just
and
took
it's
the rest of her life away.
And you know what? Like, he just, like, for every time, a minority fights to get out of the stigmas that they put a lot of us minorities under, this dude
Goes and does it.
does that shit and
Yep.
sets us back another fucking,
Yep.
decades, which is, like part of our topic today. So we'll kind of brought that up.
And I do feel like any person, this is, again, my opinion. If you hurt a child, molest a child, murder a child, any of that, and we know you did it.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're
I-
supporting those assholes in
Yeah.
prison.
I don't either.
We've mentioned this before on the podcast. The cost of the death penalty is huge.
It is.
Yeah.
And I always say in class when we're teaching shit, hood numbers. Let's just use hood numbers for a second. If you had 10 people convicted to death,
Mhm.
maybe one of those 10 will actually be put to death. The rest of those will be commuted to life sentences.
Yeah.
And the problem with those things is that the cost of that is huge. Like millions of dollars goes into, and then eventually you just give them life anyways.
Right.
So just give them life. That's what I'm saying.
I kind of agree. Just give him life. Like, no possibility of parole ever. You don't get to talk to a parole board. You are stuck there
Mhm.
till whatever. And to be honest, this is not going to be good.
Oh, jeez.
Oh man.
I don't think that they should necessarily get the exact same medical care.
Oh no, I don't think so.
I think-
nah, man, that's like, I don't think about that. I don't agree with
I don't-
that at all.
You don't agree with that at all?
No.
I don't think they should get dialysis if they need it. I mean, you can give them. I don't think there should be any extenuating.
You cannot have shit both ways.
I think, and for what you're saying, the only people that I think that should get the same medical care is the crazy ass women that go in there that are pregnant, and it's only for the sake of the baby because they're too far past. Usually, they're too far past to do anything else. Whether you agree with that or not, you can't terminate the pregnancy.
Absolutely, I don't think you should.
But that child didn't pick that,
You're right.
and they should have a chance at life.
Absolutely.
Now,
Here's
when
it.
that's done,
here's the thing: you can't have things both ways. Once we have these people in cut, we're responsible for them.
I agree, but I don't think that we should.
We're,
I don't think they should get intubated for things. I don't think they should be put on life support. I don't think that.
Then what we have is concentration camps.
That's true.
No, it's not. Like if
Yeah.
you're sick, you're sick. We're just not going to fix you.
Well, I mean,
And
Maybe
that
your
is
life
why
sentence.
we have a constitution.
Maybe your life sentence
this
gets
is why we do.
is
It
shorter.
is.
This is why we do. This
It
is
is.
why we have, because we cannot be unjust.
I don't think
We
that's
can't-
unjust.
yeah, it
But
is
on Jody
unjust.
has some
How?
information.
Yeah, go ahead, Miss Jody.
She says in California, we spend more money on prisons than we do on education.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Now that's a problem. And then she says the most expensive type of prisoner to have is a death row prisoner.
Absolutely.
According to Interrogating Justice, the average federal prisoner costs about $37,500 per year,
Yep.
compared to a death row prisoner, which would cost $60,000 to $70,000 a year.
You know, check this thing out. The biggest growing business in the United States right now is the private prison system.
Oh yeah,
I
that
didn't even
doesn't
know that was
surprise
a
me.
thing.
Yeah, a lot of people don't really realize that. There's a lot of places building prisons
Hold on, we can have a prison?
run by
No, we're not
private
doing that.
industry. And let me tell you,
I'm putting them in
Ooh,
tents.
do I get to run it?
I'm not
Yes.
I'm not for
I think Governor
being
DeSantis would let me.
I'm not for being a horrible human being to other people. Even they're shit people. Like, that's not my job to pass judgment on them and
I'm
do
not
that shit.
for being a horrible human being, but I do believe in an eye for an eye, depending on what you did.
Yeah, hey, listen, there's a lot of things I don't like that some people do, like child molesters and shit like that. Like, but
And I
here's the thing. The fact is that in a private prison, you can cut the price of a prisoner by 50%. It's cheaper to give it to a private person to do it than the public system doing it. But the amount of fucked up shit that happens to the prisoners while they're there, it's fucked up. So the broken prison system ends up being this revolving door because we're not reforming people.
No, we're not.
We're not reforming people because, you know, it's a fucked up thing. This is gonna be another episode.
anyways.
Put
okay.
a pin on that motherfucker.
So moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on. We recently completed year 4, class 4 in Martin County.
Yes.
Super awesome. We renewed some certs for classes 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
Moved on and completed our 4th class there.
Yeah.
Which is super awesome. We love that they keep bringing us back every year. We have a new class. I wasn't there for the whole week. I was there for water egress, and there were some pretty awesome people in that class.
You know,
There were awesome people.
the water egress. I want to talk about a few things that happened during water egress when we were there. Number one, I'm screaming for Jason.
He was nowhere to be found.
It is one of the first water egress classes in a long time that I don't have Jason.
Yes.
And you don't understand. Again, going back to sucking Jason's dick here for a second. Like, there is so much that you set up before water egress class that I don't have to worry about. And it took me a while to get my legs underneath me.
Yeah.
I could not do anything
We
because
stumbled a bit.
yeah, and I'm sitting in the back of the van looking at it, and I was staring at the van, Jason, on the side door, trying to figure out where you had. And then
This did happen.
I wasn't there, but I got about 3 or 4 phone calls that are like, "Hey, where's
Amanda
this? Where's
goes.
that?"
Amanda shows up. She goes. Jason said that there is 2 of these little clips in a plastic box. But I'm like, and then she can't give me goddamn directions to fucking figure that what plastic box
Which
you talking
plastic
about.
box? What's it
And
look like?
what door do I look at?
You found
and
it
do I go
immediately.
and do I go right or left?
And I will say,
What color is it?
Yeah.
in our
It's clear.
defense to making phone calls to him,
Yes.
when we weren't calling him to ask where things were,
Yes.
he was sending me texts
Oh, yeah.
asking me questions.
He's more
about
nervous.
what's happening. How
Yeah.
did the van get put back together?
Yeah.
Did you find this?
Oh.
Did you remember to did you remember to find the little clips in the plastic box and put them on the thing?
We fit an extra chair in the van. Very.
I don't know
neatly.
how the hell you did that.
And it is
They-
very organized.
There may be shit missing.
Well,
Like, I don't even.
then, you know what that means? I don't need to be there anymore.
Yeah.
But
Well,
we did throw something away. So that was a good thing. No,
Oh,
he told
yeah.
us to.
Yeah. So Jason
Yes.
goes.
Yeah, fuck
Amanda
that
goes.
thing.
Jason said.
Who said to throw what away?
Jason wants his
Jason.
rack to be thrown out. And I
What?
go,
What rack?
this rack that we used to wrap the bottles in. And I go,
Oh,
and then Corey puts it back in the van. And I go,
yeah.
you got to throw that out, dude. And he goes, well, do we need the strap from it? And I go, you don't understand what's happening here. So the reality is that Jason probably has taken 6 months of his life in diagrams have been done, studies, and people have been commissioned to look at 200 or so 1,000 different scenarios in which that strap and that rack is not necessary, and is come back
What?
not necessary, so he threw it out.
What?
Yeah,
We didn't
I
even
It was hard. I mean, it did take me this long,
It was
Yes,
hard.
but
it pained him.
yes,
you know,
throw it out.
done.
I was like, that thing is gone. I didn't even. I didn't even. Did I even say anything about it, buddy?
Nope. He didn't
I
even question it.
Nope.
I
Throw
am
it
so
out
confused right now.
immediately.
He said, Jason said throw it away. I said, yep.
Immediately, that goes in the garbage.
And then it got put back in the van.
Yeah.
And then it came back out of the van. And then it got put back in the van again.
Oh man.
I
So,
do want to say there is some seriousness to that class.
Yes.
Just for that day that I was there, I was only there for water egress. And I personally am trying to get my feet wet with the whole water egress thing. Like,
yes.
it's still new to you. Like, I
Yeah.
did that. Like, it's still new to me, and I'm learning.
Yeah.
Like my place, like where do I stand? When you say, hey, go get me this vest, which one of the 700 vests in the van is that? Does that mean? I'm learning, and I'm grabbing the right stuff.
Yeah.
If you're standing at the side of the door
Yeah.
looking
Yes.
in,
Ugh. But anyways, there were a couple of significant things that stood out in
Yes.
this class.
Absolutely.
The first one was there was a student in this class who we are going to make a video of because I told him we're making a video.
Yeah,
of him.
Mr. Jules
He was terrified of the water.
can't swim.
Can't swim. He was terrified.
Yep.
He had to jump off the high dive.
Mhm.
Can't swim.
You got in the water.
Fuck all that noise.
It took him
Yeah.
took him a good few minutes to actually, walk off the end and make the jump. But one of the most amazing things was how supportive everybody was being to him.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's awesome.
Every single person in the water was talking him up, hey, you can do this. It's okay. We
we
had
got you.
amazing instructors in the water that were right underneath him that said, I'm here. I will catch you. Like, you are
Yes.
you are okay.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
we got you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he genuinely was. They genuinely had him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let
And
me
he
tell you,
did it.
let me tell you something about Corey Richter's in the water. He's
Yep.
one of our newer divers out there.
Yep.
But he's the son
Fantastic
of like
swimmer.
basically the Jacques Cousteau of firemen. So like, he's a great diver. He's a good dude, and he's just great at everything he does.
Mhm.
Him and Robbie will fire me from this company.
Yeah. But it was him and Rebecca.
Yeah. So then Jiffy Feet Rebecca was there. Let me tell you something about Rebecca. Like Rebecca, you talk to her, very eloquent speaker, which she is speaking at Echo.
She is.
is.
We're so
Good echo.
proud of her.
Yeah.
And we're taking her
Yeah.
to speak to people in the Capitol for EMS.
Yeah.
The EMS on the Hill.
I do
Oh,
have
In
nice.
DC, she is
Wow.
going to represent.
That's awesome.
so I have to take a few minutes to talk about Miss Rebecca because it's interesting how we got her in the company.
I love you,
So-
Rebecca.
Yes.
So Rebecca, basically, we're teaching a class for Mr. Tom Foose. He's an Army veteran, slightly a degenerate, but he works for a big
No,
company.
he's not.
The man is a degenerate, but he is cool.
And he does have the same shirt that you are wearing right
yes,
now.
yeah.
He sure does.
So his wife, lovely woman.
Yes.
She's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how she in there with Tom, but anyway, that's another conversation. But Rebecca is in this class and she's a student. We're doing water egress,
Mhm.
and then we're doing this tourniquet drill thing, and then she is explaining the use of it as she's treading water to somebody else. in the
Yeah.
class. She's just treading water, explaining the use of this thing, and I'm watching her do it. And I'm like, yeah. So after the class, I go, hey, listen, we're always looking for instructors. There's definitely a thing that every instructor has that I can't teach them that works for me that I really would like. And if you're interested, here's my number. Give me a call. Now, somebody like Rebecca probably thinks that every dude that gives her a call wants to fuck her,
Mhm.
and that's not me.
I mean, she is super cute and she's got a great
She
ass.
is.
Beautiful woman,
Great body.
out of my weight class.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm like, if you got to weigh in, you can't wrestle with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so because I like a sturdy girl. So Rebecca, she eventually calls,
Mhm.
and it's the funniest.
You
shit.
had me email her.
Yeah, I had
think,
Trish email her.
before
Yeah,
she called.
I had Trish email her, and then she finally calls and she goes, "Listen, are you trying to hire me because I'm a girl? No, are you trying to hire me because you want, I said, listen, before you, I don't want to fuck you. Just so you understand that.
Like,
Like,
don't even finish your sentence.
yeah. We need instructors. I think you're good at it, but
Mhm.
there's a shit you got to go through. And if you want to go through it, then you can come here and you be an instructor here. Because everybody that works here now has gone through that. Other than, I would say, with the exception of Mr. Corey Richter, it's the
Mhm.
only dude that hasn't gone through it because we haven't had one yet. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But everybody
But he'll be
will
fine.
go through this from now on because everybody that works here has gone through it. And how fair is it that we don't put everybody through it?
Oh yeah, they should all.
Yeah. So, anyways, Rebecca comes through, like, almost breaks her ankle. Like, I heard
In the
that thing.
morning.
I heard that thing crack, and she got nauseous and went to throw up, and then just rallied and just kept walking on that thing. Like, I got nauseous and threw up when I heard the noise her ankle made. But she fucking kicked ass, man, and she's been fucking awesome. But that class the other day, she did something else that got me to go, I cannot believe the group of people that we have collected to work here.
Yeah.
Because she's sitting in there. It is what I do. She's so hood. This fucking hilarious. She had water shoes, and she basically
She's like-
needed to tread water, but she's got jiffy feet like me. She can't tread with shoes on.
Mm.
So you got to take your shoes off and get that hammer toe out, to be able to get the water tread and get the proper shit. So she got her hammer toe out over her shoes, threw her shoes at Amanda, and then took Mr. Jules across the water, talking to him the
Yes.
whole time.
Several times.
And then I'm watching her, and she did awesome. And that confidence that a student's got to have on the person that's in the water with you is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Especially when you can't swim.
It's unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? Yes, because you can't swim. Mr. Jules is an FPC today.
He is.
That is fantastic.
He's a flight paramedic,
He is.
certified.
Yep.
And a lot of people don't understand what that means to other people because it's become like this common thing. So let's talk about this.
Is it common?
I've looked up
It's
some
not
numbers.
common.
I've looked up some numbers. So the United States Army Special Forces, right? Green Berets. Jason, Green Berets. If I say Green Beret, you go, that dude's a badass, right?
Hell yeah.
Right. So check this out. The Army puts out about 400 of these badasses a year.
Okay. A year.
Right?
Which
Yes.
over time makes for thousands and thousands and
I'm not downgrading that. That
No,
is
no, no,
a
they're
fucking
still badass.
amazing, badasses that keep our country safe. They do
full
all
of
kinds of shit.
badass.
And they're, takes a lot to be there.
Mhm.
But let's put some other shit in. I'm just using that as this is the bar of hardness, right? This is like the thing. So let's look just Florida. Let's look at Florida, right? Right now, somewhere around 35,426, give or take 100 paramedics, active paramedics in the state of Florida. You with me?
Yep.
Okay. Active FPCs in the state of Florida. So that's active paramedics, 35,000,
Thousands.
right?
Mhm.
Active FPCs in the state of Florida, we have 452.
Wow.
Compared to the 35,000.
And how many of them work for us?
Yeah, less than 1%,
450.
right? When you look at it, less than 1%,
Mhm.
it's like 0.00001, right? When you look at it for the mathematicians out there in the world.
Mhm.
So here's the biggest thing about it. So that 452, right? Like 110 are ours.
Wow.
The rescue company
A
wants
third.
That's amazing.
110.
I guess that's not a third. That's a quarter.
110 are ours, man.
Yeah.
That is
That's
awesome.
That's pretty awesome. So that's an awesome number to think about right there, right? When you
Yeah.
have that. But Mr. Jules passes paramedic. He's like, I don't want to do any flying. I just wanted the knowledge, right?
Yeah.
But you got to take into account that, like, when people hire us to come places and they go, hey, we're going to put 12 people in this class. We want 12 FPCs. I go, well, we're not going to come teach your class because I can't promise you that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of work that goes into it, and I can get them close, but they've got to want to drink water
Yeah.
when you get them there. And that's a problem when you can't get people to do a lot of the stuff we want. But to get to my point about Mr. Jules is this. I started this company because I worked and I've taken classes from people that thought that you had to be a swimmer to be a provider on a helicopter.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? Like I've been in like classes with the, and they say that you have to be able to swim. Fuck that. You know what? I could teach somebody how to survive in the water.
Yep.
I don't need to fucking have them be part of the, like be swimmers and pass a swim test to be in this. And that's why we went into business on our own.
Yeah.
Because the Jules of the world, that guy has got the knowledge, he's got the skill, and he's got the fucking want.
Yeah.
Every time somebody passes this fucking test, tells me one thing. They put in a lot of fucking work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They put in a lot of work. So that guy put in a lot of fucking work.
He did.
And that guy's going to fucking save the person that has the cure for cancer one day.
Yep.
And you telling me that because he can't swim, he can't come through class?
You know, my favorite part about him in that day, and this is the whole reason that I want Jason to make a video of him. We do get questions all the time about people coming to water egress
You just did a few weeks ago. That week.
Yeah, because they have somebody that can't swim or they're afraid of the water. We've had people come through this class before that nearly drowned to death.
Yeah.
That were that.
I feel like there's always at least one in every group.
So the best thing about Jules, it was an amazing day. He was terrified, like shaking. Everybody was trying to support him and get him into it, whatever. We put him in the chair. You flip him.
Yeah.
He comes out of the water and he jumps up on the side and he's like, I did it. Can I go again?
And he gets
he got right back in the chair and he did it again.
That's awesome.
And he wanted to do it again and again and again.
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, we got to get everybody else to do it.
Yes. But that was and I told him, because he was laughing at me thinking I was joking about a video. I was like, no, I said, think about your progression today. I said, just in a few hours,
you couldn't get in the water.
Terrified and you couldn't jump. To now, we can't get you out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like we couldn't get him. It took a while to get him in the water.
Yeah.
Yes.
It took forever to get him in the
last.
water. Yes. And it was like, and it was just, it's such a fucking cool feeling, man.
It was awesome.
It's such a cool feeling. We had another person that really had a hard time about the whole getting flipped over and doing all that stuff. And I do have to say, me and Corey in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Rebecca is on the side up there.
Yep.
Which I really think is an unbelievable place for her.
Oh, she was amazing.
She did fucking phenomenal there. And Rebecca's for somebody that hates public speaking, her ability to just fucking sit there. It's the confidence that she has.
Yes.
And let me tell you, like getting Rebecca in a bathing suit or doing something else, it creates issues around here.
Yes.
But like,
oh, I love it.
Her confidence.
I actually saw her in a dress not too long ago.
Yeah, well, I hope we got a picture.
You should have seen her put her dry suit on finally that fit. It was like a little kid on Christmas morning.
Oh yeah. So relate.
Now we just gotta find her a mask.
The way she sits there and relates information. People, I don't need her in a mask.
No.
You know what I need? For me not to be on the shore.
And
and to be able to do the things that I needed a Rebecca to fucking learn what I say to people on the side, to do the stuff so she can do it.
Awesome.
Yeah. This is 2 classes in a row that we've put her in a situation that we weren't necessarily expecting to put her in.
Yes.
And it has been phenomenal.
She's good.
She's fantastic. She's a wonderful person.
We put her in the locker room with the freezing cold people in St. Augustine. None of them died or had to go to the hospital.
Yes.
She did amazing.
That's always a plus.
And then this class, she had the very last girl of the day, who also is now an FPC.
Yes.
She was terrified of the Hewitt. Terrified, full on, like in tears, shaking. That was not her thing.
Yeah.
Rebecca took all the time that she needed. She sat there with her. She related to her. She was even doing things that I would have never thought to do.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, listen, we're just going to put your seatbelt on. You grab it just one at a time.
Yep.
And she was so calm and she was so controlled, but she was still getting it done. But she was calming the other person down too.
Yeah.
And guess what? We flipped her.
Yeah.
And she got right out. She did amazing.
Did it. It's amazing. For me, it's a little level of anxiety. One of the things that me and Josh started a long time ago with this company was when we finally got wings to give people in a class, we decided that we weren't going to give it to any class that everybody in the class, if everybody in the class doesn't do everything, then you don't get wings. You know what I'm saying? We've stuck to that rule.
Yeah.
The whole time. And like I was sitting there and I'm like, man, it's gonna suck. This is gonna be the first group of these people.
Yeah.
Because you watch the guys that flying there, Martin, they have they all wear they wear them some fashion or another. They have them on their shit. So it's fucking hilarious when you see them there. And one of the other Martin things that we're eventually going to get, like the progression of pictures to put up. We've been hesitating, waiting on these, but they have 2 plaques. They've almost filled 2 plaques of the FBC shit.
That is phenomenal.
There was no FBCs when we went there. None.
Yeah.
None. There was none of them. And so they became Air Methods this year. Last year, they just became an Air Methods program. And they asked their Air Methods person, they go, how many places have these plaques? Right?
Just you guys.
Just you guys. Because the program next to them is now getting their guys through FBCs. They got 1 FBC in that whole program.
He's ours.
Who happens to work here. And the rest of them, we're going there to do class from now.
Yeah.
But like that's the thing. Like it amazes me, like the buy-in that they have over there with it. And the people that listen to what we tell them to do get through the test.
Yep.
It like I can tell you that people do fucked up shit that I tell them not to do.
Yes.
And they don't pass the test.
Yes.
So something interesting happened when we were there in Martin, though.
It did. Some this was an unfortunate story.
I've been waiting for this. This is great.
Oh.
I mean, I kind of feel like maybe we should let Trish tell her story.
So we're sitting there. Well, we got to talk about this Adderall
So here we
epidemic
are.
that's happening.
Oh, yes. There we are.
So I'm horribly dyslexic.
Yes.
They've tried to put me on every medicine you can put me on. Like, my whole life, Ritalin, this, that. Eventually, the Adderall works really well for me. Mm-hmm. And the reality is, and Jason as my witness, because Jason spends the most time with me in a classroom. And Jason listens to me, unfortunately, all the time. He has to listen to recordings and shit. And Jason, there is a difference when I'm on medicine and when I'm not. Is there not?
It's like a light switch.
Yeah. I can't write. I can't read shit. Like it. Luckily, the only thing I can do when I'm teaching a class and I'm not on medicine is that I am not going to even turn on a PowerPoint. Luckily, I can do the stuff on the top of my head.
Yeah.
If I had to look at a PowerPoint to guide me, then I am fucked. And then if I can't write on a board, I have to abbreviate shit. It's horrible.
You have to have a writer.
Yeah, after I have a writer. Yeah. And so
Josh used to do that.
Josh used to do that for me all the time. So Adderall is on a shortage right now. Can't find it anywhere. Back ordered anywhere. So I'm
Everywhere.
The pandemic for Adderall.
Yeah, like so we've lost Spam, toilet paper, and Adderall now.
You know what I found out? Oxy
Microchip.
is yesterday. I found this out yesterday. Evidently, Oxy is also on back order.
I'm glad I'm not on Oxy then.
You
I
know what
know.
else we found out today that's on back order that
What's
they're
that?
taking? Turkey from the barbecue place.
Oh, motherfucker. Don't
Yeah.
get me started about that.
Yeah.
Sonny's took turkey off their menu.
What?
So
Can't
did
get
like 5 other.
Can't get turkey from anywhere.
You know how
Barbecue place.
easy it
Good
is
that
to,
I like
to
the
grow a
pork.
turkey? Jesus.
Jason,
Like,
what the fuck's going on? You're my
Why
wildlife
have you not
expert.
grown enough turkeys, Jason?
It's
You're
coming.
going to be a
Oh.
turkey farm?
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't
for
worry.
You got to
Amanda,
get rid of the snakes, though.
Amanda loves the new
Snakes
ducks
don't
that
like
she's got.
snakes and turkeys don't get along.
No, you give the snakes to the baby chicks.
No,
They like
but
them.
then you don't get the turkeys, and the
Anyway.
turkeys are
turkeys
what?
aren't chicks.
Anyways, babe.
Anyways,
there
what
you
happened
are.
to you?
What do
Trying to
There
tell
you
you.
are.
So the love of my life also happens to be a person that has to be prescribed Adderall, or
Yes.
she is unbelievably on the money when she's not on it.
She is very, very deep in what we like to call Trish land.
Yes.
Yep, that is a true story.
It's very
Yes.
fabulous there.
Which, by the way, we have
do
an
like it.
episode coming up when Trish was doing voodoo on Birthday Buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Not on Adderall, and things happen. So we're gonna leave it
did
at
you
that.
talk about it?
No, we can't.
No,
'cause
it's not yet.
it's we got
There's another.
there's a show coming.
Yeah,
up.
yeah, but you talked to your mom.
No,
Oh,
No, don't
not yet.
don't do.
Okay.
You ruin it for people, babe.
Anyways, so
So,
what happened to you? There
you're
you
trying
were.
to fill
So,
your prescription.
There you were.
so I called a couple of pharmacies, and I was telling them, I'm here on business, and I need to get my prescription filled. Do you happen to have Adderall? and I told them like the milligrams,
Mhm.
and they said, yes, we do have it. Bring your prescription and we will fill it. So I show up
In all your Trish glory.
and they said, I'm sorry, we can't fill your prescription. I said, what? I said, you guys said on the phone that you could fill it,
Mhm.
that you haven't. She's like, yeah, that's for all of our regular customers. I said, but I explained on the phone
Mhm.
that I'm here on business. And I mean, anybody that is on a controlled substance knows that you can't fill it before you leave town
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
because they won't fill it.
No, like to the date,
Yeah.
specific to the date.
Yeah.
There's no wiggle room.
No. So they said, well, I don't have good faith that this is a I don't exactly remember the word she said, but she basically said that she wouldn't fill it for me
Because the way you look.
because of how I look.
Yes.
Well, she said something about,
Wow.
well, I don't believe that this is a genuine prescription. And even if it was, I wouldn't fill it for you anyway.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, for you
unbelievable
people.
profile.
That's exactly what she
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was.
You know,
because I called you as soon as I left.
Yes.
what a
so I
fantasy.
I remember the words.
you know, it's crazy to me. You know, Trish is it's funny because there is like 1 out of 10 people that see Trish have a problem with the appearance of Trish's hair and how Trish looks and how Trish does it.
I was even dressed nice.
You know,
Like,
you
not
always
like
look,
this.
You always look amazing.
I mean,
You look amazing right now.
It's business. What?
You are the love.
Yeah, business
No.
casual. That's all.
That's
But
not,
like I had a nice outfit on. Like it wasn't.
You never look.
it's
You're
just
never not
it's-
dressed
it's just-
presentably. Like
it-
you
it's
don't
just your
ever
hair.
look like you're a drug addict or
like you
drug
know
dealer.
what's
Like you don't look like that. You don't dress like that.
Because I'm not.
you
I
know
don't
what's being married to Trish sometimes creates certain situations that are awesome.
A lot
But,
of situations.
Yeah, like you know, Trish has had jobs as a nurse before where you know she's judged by her hair.
Which is so stupid.
It is so crazy. Like to me, is that you know, like because she likes having colorful hair, there's a lot, you know, makes people some people make an opinion of your ability to do your job, which is fucking stupid.
Which
You
to
know-
me is even more crazy because, all right, I'll be a little stereotypical here. There are people that put colors like that in their hair,
Mhm.
and you can tell that they probably did it in the same kitchen where they're cooking meth. Okay?
Yeah,
Like they did
absolutely.
it side by side.
Yeah.
All right? Hers never looks like that.
Yeah,
It looks professionally
Yes.
done. Her hair is not like falling out. It's
No.
never
flawless.
like weird colors all like it does it never
blends
just
well.
doesn't make sense.
It blends well, and you know,
And every time we go somewhere, people
Yeah.
go, "Can I get the name of your hairdresser? Who did your hair?"
yeah, I did it myself. And you know, like the reality is, you walk through. Me and Trish's mom were talking about this yesterday because it's funny as shit. So Trish's mom, obviously, she's been sick, so she's been in the hospital in and out, right? So Trish's mom's like, everybody, every 10 seconds.
I love your hair.
Yeah, I love your hair. Who did your hair? Like her mom is sick, and she's like, I can't get attention because her fucking hair.
Yeah.
It's taking everybody's attention.
I love your hair.
And then, like, you know, I started to have coffee with Trish at the hospital the other day. Literally,
Mhm.
and I'm not exaggerating here when I say 27 people said, I love your
I
hair.
don't think it was 27.
27,
I think it may have been 4 or
35
5.
people before we got to the coffee place
I
said, I
believe
love your
it.
hair.
I believe
You
it.
know what
I've
I'm
walked
saying?
streets with her and shops
Whoa.
and like
Oh,
yeah,
Whoa.
yeah.
you know,
Street walking.
we do things.
Yeah. Yes.
I've gone into like public places and stores and like all the things, and you know, we're trying to go in and out here.
It's
but there's
amazing.
75 stops. We got to talk about the hair.
The judging the book by its cover.
Yes.
So there's a dude, I've talked about him before on the podcast. Matt Turner is his name, and he gave me my first flight job. And I cannot tell you how much like not everybody else I looked like that was in that room when I got the job that I got. And the reality is that, you know, in this industry, people judge you well what you look like.
Well, you speak good Spanish for a black dude.
Yes, yeah, but that's his favorite story to say about me. You know, so you know, like here's the thing: the small, skinny white person that gets hired to do this job, which is the reality. You look at the people, You know what I'm saying? The workwear, in the
For
flight
all of the
industry.
air places.
And it's rare to see a medium husky, piece
True.
piece of chocolate like me that works in there,
I thought it was caramel.
Well, it's I'm a chocolate caramel.
I mean,
dude.
so speaking of looking like a black guy,
Yes,
allegedly,
yes.
there are
Yeah.
some.
You look how I built that bridge there for you.
Yes, thank you.
I build no walls.
I know.
I build bridges.
Bridges.
Yes.
Yes. And
Yeah.
then they go in a circle.
So recently I get the weird phone call.
Yeah, we got a few of them.
Yes. Yes. We got a few phone calls where like people are looking for me.
Yes. Which sometimes is okay.
It's funny as shit because here we are, me and Trish. We decide we're going to go to this place called Claudia College, which is a unofficial sponsor of the rescue company one in the,
Okay.
as the road turns, because we go there all the time. Because
Never
they serve,
Delicious.
Never been there. Just gonna throw that out there.
they serve
it's
Genesee.
so
Oh, we
yummy.
got to take you there. They serve Genesee cream ale there,
I don't know what that
which
is.
it's a beer.
It's a beer.
It's the
Oh.
PBR of prisons.
Oh.
And I'll tell you that because of this. It's a
They
Genesee,
also
New
have
York.
shepherd's pie.
Yeah,
Mm.
Genesee, New York is where they make this beer.
Okay.
And it used to be the sole purpose of this company was when prisoners would get beer, they were the people that would sell beer to the prison system. So then they stopped serving beer. But anyways, like degenerates like my ex so this is my ex-wife's grandfathers who turned me on to this.
Oh.
And I was like, that is a delicious piece of beer, and I will always drink this in your honor.
Okay.
He was a Navy
there you
man.
were.
There I was drinking a Genesee cream ale.
I was like, I'm not quite sure where this is going.
Yes.
I got it. We're
And I
gonna
think I was
circle back
probably
Not to
around.
mention, we're sitting there next to two people that the last time we saw them was at the same place.
Okay.
Right. Friends of Trish. One was a nurse that worked with
They're
Trish.
all friends of Trish.
Yes.
Everybody is.
Everybody is, So
Can't take her
unless
anywhere.
again, 9
Unless
out
you're
of
a
10 are
pharmacist.
9 out of 10 are the one person is not. So I'm sitting there,
So there you are.
get a phone call. Weird number from Atlanta.
Yeah.
I pick it up. I pick it up and I go, yes.
Because you always answer your phone.
Oh,
Right.
yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
I did. Yeah, we had a phone call today earlier.
Yes.
So, anyways, I pick up the call and I go, listen, and she goes, I want to start off by saying this is going to be a real strange call. I go, you're not going to shock me. Trust me.
Yeah, apparently she didn't know you.
Yeah, you're not going to shock me. Trust me. She goes, listen, I'm calling you because I think you're my husband's brother. And I go, that's a great possibility that it could be. And that I am, and that I could be, and that I am. So, anyways, she proceeds to tell me that like her husband has a brother that's from his biological dad, which his mom didn't tell him about for a long time,
Mhm.
and that he believes that I'm his brother. And I go, that is a great possibility
Mhm.
because you're not the first person that's ever called like that.
Right. Probably won't be the last.
No, it's funny as shit because my brother Will, we have the same mom, different dad, which is the only brother out of the let's say we could say 8 now.
Mhm.
Out of the 8 that we don't have the same dad. But it's funny because every time a new brother shows up, he goes, that's funny as shit. And my dad was just, he's a worldly man.
Yeah.
Made
his rounds.
Yeah. So this dude's about 7 years older than me.
Mhm.
We still haven't really connected, with it and stuff like it. Buddy, you try to do some
Pretty
research
sure
on it.
I'm not sure why, but pretty sure he just, changed his mind, or maybe because it seems like he didn't know that she was doing this.
She was doing this. Yeah, I think so.
So I'm thinking maybe he found out that she was doing this.
Yes, and I don't think he.
And I don't
liked
think it went well.
Yeah. It's weird because this is the second one that's been like that.
Mhm.
He's an African American.
Mhm.
But I think let's safely say he's both, right? He's Hispanic and African American. Like,
Oh yeah.
there's a second one like that
Yes.
really doesn't, like, there's definitely a disconnect there with the whole, like, growing up, what my dad was and what they were told about my dad.
Yes.
For the world out there, my dad's a good man. He's just a good man. He just liked vagina.
Well,
And I think that it was hard for him to
I feel like there are a lot of men that do that.
he had commitment issues. Like to the vajayjays.
Yeah, and I mean, in my old man's defense, I think he was really pretty upfront about it. Like, he would tell people, he told my mom, he's like, "Hey, I like vagina."
Mhm. Hmm.
You know, not just yours.
Yeah. I
Any
need a variety.
any other ones that may show up over
Yeah.
here. And you know, it's like the old man like that shit. I mean, that hey, I can't, you know, I like
Whatever.
vagina myself. So, you know,
Honesty goes a long way.
yeah, and you know, it's like, but listen,
True story.
like I think it's awesome if we could connect.
It would be. Yeah.
Because when we looked up, the man seems like a good dude. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's a professional, you know, barber.
Hmm.
You know, I
As a
think
family.
as a family,
Seems like he was raised by a good family.
raised by a good man.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Of Jason's people, we found out.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
He
are
did.
Jason's people?
You know,
they're Polish.
Jason's
Yeah.
people. Yeah,
They're Polish.
definitely
I'm
not
part Polish, Jason.
definitely
That's
not
not funny.
Definitely not Puerto Rican.
So am I.
I forgot to put it on the list, but I got to tell my story about.
Oh yeah,
the
oh,
people.
that's why I brought it up.
Oh,
yeah, you absolutely have to, because you know the reality is that Jason has an affinity to knocking on doors and early morning on weekends.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, he doesn't
See-
do it anymore. He doesn't have time for that.
See, you should have let me put the video up because that would have been great had I
What?
known. Had I known ahead
My
of time.
story?
You know
Well,
what?
I forgot.
We
Yeah.
should reserve that till we can put the video up.
Oh, you
No.
definitely should want to see the video.
Yes, because that yeah, I don't want to speak about it till the video is
Yeah.
up
All
there.
right.
Yeah.
I fucking pissed my pants when she called me, by the way.
You were the first person I called, just so you know.
You know,
Nobody was going to appreciate that story the way that you did.
I don't think you could work here if I was number 2.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about not getting a hold of Amanda the other night.
Oh, my God.
I'm sitting there calling Amanda for an important purpose.
What was the purpose?
Very important.
Well, I found this thing that we're buying. I found the original purpose
Oh.
was something else, but then I found this other thing. And I called Jason, and Jason was excited about it. So I had to call Amanda, which changed the reason why I was trying to call Amanda. Regardless, I
She
you know,
didn't answer.
she didn't answer her
Hmm.
phone. I have one thing.
You can't do that.
I know.
I can't stand when people don't answer their phone. And mainly that rule just goes out to Jason, Amanda, and Trish.
So, in my defense,
There aren't
there
any.
is another
Yeah.
issue, though.
There aren't
There's this
any.
There
little
were-
button when you're calling that
Yes.
lets you send a text, which you do often when I call. You say,
Yeah.
call you right back.
Yes.
I often do that,
Yes.
but you don't look at your text.
Yeah, that's
So you don't see
don't
it.
apply to me.
So,
And, you
I
know,
did that. I did
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
so you know, like
I try to do that occasionally. And
the-
sometimes when I'm at work, I'm like,
the rule doesn't
hey,
really apply.
I got to call you
Well,
back.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's like, why? What's going on? What's the matter?
What else could be more important? than me
Listen, I
calling
was
you right
I
now?
was full on dead.
Yes.
I mean,
oh,
maybe
so
my hands are full with
in that
somebody's
moment in time when
body
I can't
part.
in the moment in time that I can't get a hold of fucking Amanda, I have to readjust my life in the sense where I can't get places.
He's got to find a new assistant.
well,
Oh, he
No,
like full
I'm
on
closing
canceled
this-
the whole buying a school.
yeah,
thing.
I can't
we
buy
ain't doing that.
can't buy a school. I can't do shit. Like I almost quit my job because I don't even know if I can show up to this fucking place
Can't.
right now.
What-
Wait, you were
without
at
her.
that. You were there.
Well,
Yeah, but he didn't know.
when else
didn't-
would I? When do I
he
got to
didn't
come
know
back?
You
where
didn't
Yeah.
know if
When
he
do-
was supposed to stay.
When
Got
do
it.
I come back? Where am I even here right now?
You're
Like I
not.
don't even fucking know. So I'm quitting the place because that's what happened. And well, then Amanda calls me back. Well, she texted
No,
me
I
back.
texted you.
Yeah, she's
And
gonna
you
say-
finally looked at it because you
Yeah.
finally resorted to texting.
Oh, I was on the phone calling the police and the wolf.
I have to say here a very funny point that Jason pointed out to me. Okay. In this time that you weren't getting a hold of me,
Yes.
you talked to him.
Oh yeah.
You never asked him where I was.
Well, here's the thing.
But it's good to know that you got my back. Like if
Oh,
if
yeah.
I was like somewhere, maybe I
Oh
should've
no,
been.
help is
Oh, yeah.
on the
Listen, if
No,
way.
Jason
no, no,
kills
no.
you, he's
No.
gonna find out.
No, yeah.
He's
It-
gonna
it
have
was-
his outfit
it was
ready
like-
for Dateline.
I feel
and
bad for what the
everything.
wolf's gonna do to Jason. And the reality is that Jason's gonna be questioned by the police. Reality, Jason is a mochaccino person you're married to. You're a white woman. You go missing, he's suspect number one.
Obviously.
I will be sitting there like I'm the worst character witness you can call for this.
Yeah.
Because I will be there. I'm like, he did it. I don't know where he's got her, but he's got snakes. Go
He's
check
got to have
snakes.
a big enough one that'll eat her.
He's
He's
got
got-
snakes. He talks to alligators.
Yes,
like
sir.
all the things.
There's illegal ducks in this house.
I think there are pigs
There's-
out there too
There's
somewhere.
all kinds of
Yes.
shenanigans that are happening.
Wild
and
boars.
she was fed to one of those animals, and I want her back. And if you can find my schedule, while you're doing that, that would be great. And but what the wolf's gonna do to Jason when he questions him, I'm like, I feel bad for you.
But for Trish, it wasn't you this time.
Yes,
Thank
and you're not
goodness.
alone. You're not
I
alone.
know.
I would like to mention that I did try to call Jason twice yesterday when you were here. He didn't pick up his phone.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
he had a rough day.
Yes, yeah. Well,
I was actually busy
He did.
for
Oh.
2 days in a row.
Did
and
you work?
stroke
then
alerts
I
were
did.
called. I
two
think
2 days
Stroke
in a
alerts-
row, and then
Strokes
and
were called.
I got
I
to work
did
in Lake
happening.
County tomorrow. I'm
I
not
did a
really
little
looking
work.
forward to
So
it
do
at all.
I.
So does he. All three of you are
Yeah.
there. I'm going somewhere else.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Listen, you don't need to worry about where I am because it
do.
is going to be
we do have a
just fine.
few topics. I know Jason got the timer up there and everything.
I
Yeah.
got-
Take a look at the timer.
There's a few-
Anybody
We're
wanna
gonna-
see it?
we're gonna-
real quick on this BSO topic because I got to
Wait, no, I don't
Oh,
wanna
yeah,
go there
go ahead.
yet.
Yeah, no, okay, go
all
ahead.
First, just our last TRC1 update. We are sponsoring a softball team again.
You know, I've been trying to get to this Little League World Series thing,
Yes.
and I don't know what the amount of money that we've got to throw at this, but we've got to get some, like, if there's any Cuban family, there's Cubans immigrating to the state right now.
Yes.
This is
Are
a
there?
big fucking problem.
Look at
that
that
the
little
states have.
catcher hippo.
Yes, like I would like
Your Iceman glass.
if we can get a pitcher for this
Yeah.
world class
Yeah.
catcher that we have right now
Yeah.
with Iceman glasses. You know,
Yeah.
being a catcher as a goalie, it's like we're
Yeah.
the catcher version of in
Yeah.
hockey of softball, and you gotta look cool.
Uh-huh.
And I
I
don't know if
think
we
that's
can get
part
a
of what
Mike
they went to,
Piazza look to there, but like Mike Piazza's a badass fucking catcher.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like best glove in the major leagues.
You know what show he's on?
What's he on?
He's on the new show that is it's like the
Like a
military.
virgin.
No.
Oh yes,
the military, like
yes, the selection.
yeah.
Selection
I
show.
know, I wanted to watch that.
I just started watching it, and
Is that
I mean,
the
it's
one we
only,
watched the other night?
yeah.
it good?
But it's
It was
awesome.
funny.
It's awesome. It's really good.
With the brothers, right?
The brothers,
The celebrities can't handle
they're
it as much
happy
as
and they're singing. They're yeah.
they're happy and they're singing.
I don't
So
know what he's
so
talking
this is
If
Yeah.
you're happy and
This is-
No.
this is Jason's
Anyway.
little
Different
one up
Yes.
here playing catcher, looking
Yes.
cool as fuck with some ice
Yeah.
And
man glasses on.
They
Ice
will
cold.
all be representing the GOAT. Opening day is next Saturday.
Well,
Yep.
I am
goat.
trying to if any Cuban families would like to move to Lady Lake, I would appreciate that.
Really, it doesn't matter where you live. Just
No.
show up
Oh,
for practice,
shit.
or
So-
actually,
You
if
don't
you're
even have
that
to
good,
speak
just
English.
Show up for the game. Yeah.
Any
Yeah. You
You
Dominican
don't have to speak English and you can be whatever
anybody
age you
with a
want to be.
Dominican daughter that would like to put that into the Lady Lake
You
softball.
do have to be below 5'5", right?
No,
no, there's
no.
no height
No,
restrictions.
there's
just age.
and we can forge
Right.
a birth certificate. That's
Yeah, I know.
fine.
Well,
just age.
we can buy a World Series here, guys.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
I would like
I was
to go.
gonna say we have a new umpire this year
Oh no shit.
that is coming to us from the softball Little League World Series.
No
He
shit.
gave some of the kids and teenagers went to like an umpires clinic so they can help out this year on the
Yeah.
field. He gave every one of them a coin. Like how you guys do coins, he has one from the
No
Little
shit.
League World Series, and he gave it to all the little umpire kids.
No shit.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'm
So
serious
there are
about
kids that are umpires?
When you turn 14, you can be a junior umpire,
Oh.
which means that you're not like the behind the plate umpire that makes the official calls,
this. Yeah.
but you're out in the field as an umpire.
So Colton went through the umpire thing, right?
Yeah, he got one.
Yeah. No shit, huh?
Yeah.
So like there's did he tell you what the signs are and all that shit that they do?
He don't know shit.
That's
He don't
specific
know any
to
of it.
coach.
Oh. I'm gonna tell you what, like I love watching a good third base coach.
Ugh.
When they're doing like the whole like, in the
Yeah.
like I picture Jason trying to make those signs to people, and I would love to get a video of him doing that.
Yeah.
If you can go to third base coach school, that would be awesome.
He's usually on first base.
Yes.
Well, it's because in the younger ones, you have to
I-
at least get them to third base.
I love when
you
a
know?
man that calls me when Jason's
Can you
coaching.
repeat that, what you just said?
No.
I love when a man that calls me and Jason's coaching,
Oh, jeez.
because all you hear in the background is no, what
What are you
Fuck, damn it, what?
Who told you
Stop crying. Stop crying. Stop crying. Like nobody's crying out here. Like that's all he's doing the whole time. It's fucking the greatest thing I've ever seen in my whole entire life.
You know they're
You know.
girls, right?
He doesn't care.
It don't matter.
We are
It does
trying
matter.
Rub
to
their-
Not
get
matter.
to a Little League
Doesn't
World
matter.
Series.
Doesn't care. So
Anyways,
Right.
I'm gonna skip over the BSO thing because I want to save it for last. 'Cause I
Okay,
think
yes.
it's an amazing story.
yes,
So just in recognition of February, it is American Heart Association
Absolutely
Wear
is.
Red for Women Month.
yes.
Heart disease is the number one killer in women, causes 1 in 3 deaths a year.
Post menopause.
Yes, but I saw something.
Hey, what is one
that
of the other like number one signs of like MIs in postmenopausal women?
Oh, well, hold on to
Well, I
that
know.
thought there, baby.
Well, I know.
Okay.
So are you going to
Never
read through
mind.
the top 10? I have them right here if you want to start. reading.
Yes.
No,
go
I
Yeah,
ahead.
I
don't
can
have
kind
that.
of summarize them.
Yep.
But I'll tell you
Um,
one that's like almost always the
Well, you should probably
Answer.
hold that to the top 10 is read.
okay.
Like, do you think
So-
David Letterman had to deal with this when he
Anyways.
read his top 10?
Cardiovascular disease kills more women than all forms of cancer combined. Only 44% of them recognize cardiovascular disease as their
Wow.
greatest health threat. Among females 20-year-olds and older, nearly 45% are living with some form of cardiovascular disease, and less than 50% of women entering pregnancy in the U.S. have good heart health.
Oh shit.
Cardiovascular disease is the number one killer of new moms and accounts
I
for
fucking
over
hate that shit.
1/3 of maternal deaths. Black
I
women
hate
have
that.
some of the highest maternal mortality rates.
Yeah.
Overall, 10 to 20% of women will have health issues during pregnancy, and high blood pressure, preeclampsia, and gestational diabetes during pregnancy, which greatly increases their risk of cardiovascular disease later in life. Well, we just lost a mic. It's in her boobs.
Yes. It's a fun.
I didn't touch it.
No, you didn't.
Oh, yeah. It is. Go ahead. Continue, buddy.
I can't. I got a microphone in my hand. Okay. Going through menopause does not cause cardiovascular disease, but the approach of menopause marks a point in midlife when women's cardiovascular risk factors can accelerate, making increased focus
Absolutely.
on health during pivotal life stage.
Yes.
Most cardiac and stroke events can be prevented through education and lifestyle changes. 51.9% of high blood pressure deaths, otherwise known as hypertension or the silent killer, are in women, and out of all women, 57.6% Black females have hypertension,
Jeez.
more than any other race or
It's gonna go
ethnicity.
again. Oh,
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Just hold it.
While there are an estimated 4.1 million female stroke survivors living, approximately 57.5% of total stroke deaths are in women. Women are less likely to receive bystander CPR because rescuers often fear accusations of inappropriate touching, sexual
fucking
assault,
kidding
or
me?
injuring women.
That is unbelievable.
This is from the AHA.
That is unbelievable.
that's disgusting.
That is disgusting. Yes. Women continue to be
Wow.
underrepresented in science, technology, engineering, and math fields, as well as in research. In fact, women occupy nearly half of all U.S. jobs, but only 27% of jobs in STEM fields.
That doesn't surprise me.
Only 38% of participants in clinical cardiovascular trials are women.
I wonder why.
So, you know,
It's
I
because
can't believe
I don't
that
want you
somebody
to
would
fucking.
not
I-
give me CPR because I have boobs.
I don't want you to experiment on me. I'm good. I may not do a trial.
I'm gonna tell
Well,
you.
no.
I would do a trial.
I'm gonna tell you something. Like, you know, like February's Black History Month too.
It is.
Yep.
Yep.
And you know, the funny, it's unbelievable because I'm not even gonna mention the movie because I don't want people to go watch the movie because I don't think it does justice to the situation. Is that the calculations done to get man into space was done by Black women.
Yeah.
3 Black women did the calculations that got like the thing to be able to launch into space.
Yes.
You know, the asshole German, you know, doctor that, you know, that we've made a hero to in the United States that, you know, is credited for the rocket, didn't do the calculations that made it safe to go up into space. But 3 Black women did.
I bet they did.
Yeah. So that's fucking crazy to me, the amount of people that are unwilling to help women.
Yeah. That's no. Like, that's not okay.
That is fucked up. So, you know, it is important to talk about, though.
Can we talk about the signs and symptoms?
Yes, go ahead, baby.
No, I don't have the papers.
No. Oh, well, what are you talking about, though? Like, you had one thing, though, that you wanted to say before Amanda.
About menopause. or something.
No, I don't think it's
No?
about
Wasn't
menopause.
menopause. Sorry, just
Postmenopausal.
yes. He wasn't menopause.
Postmenopausal women that are having heart attacks, like abdominal pain, is huge for them.
Yeah.
So it is not something you can ignore. It is not something you can't. If a postmenopausal woman comes into the emergency department, you have to do a cardiac workup if they're complaining of belly pain.
You fucking
The other
should.
thing is right arm pain. They may not complain of left arm pain, but if they complain of like belly pain and right arm pain, you better better get ready,
my
because
beautiful
that is a fucking MI if I've ever seen one.
I think what my beautiful wife that's inappropriately dressed is saying that
It's a true story.
that postmenopausal women will present with atypical signs of an MI.
Yeah.
Which is what they're looking for on the FPC exam, believe it or not. So atypical signs of a MI. You know why?
It's atypical because it's women and it's not men, and all the studies are men.
Why postmenopause though? Is that
it's because of the
estrogen is cardiac protective.
I know, but you don't have any more.
Well, you don't have the high levels of estrogen.
Right.
So estrogen actually breaks plaque down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So this is when you have a heart problem and you have a heart attack, when you go in the hospital, they put you on a cardiac protective diet, is rich in soy.
Yes.
And apparently the way I pronounce Zoe confuses the fuck out of
Did you say soy?
No, not like my kid Zoe, like
soy.
Soy sauce.
Like soybean
sauce.
Yes.
Soy.
Yes.
I didn't hear you saying it the wrong way.
I didn't either.
I don't understand that either. But some people fucks people
soy.
up. Anyways,
soy sauce.
Anyway.
That the soybean, it actually when you ingest it, it turns into an estrogen-like product in your body.
Which is why they say that adolescent men
shouldn't eat
soy.
A bunch of like edamame because you may get boobies.
Well, I mean,
Yes.
a lot of fake meat has soy in it as well.
So, the reality is soy is cardiac protective because it breaks down the plaque. And as you break down the plaque, you allow more blood flow to those areas.
So if they put you on hormone replacement, why does that tend to cause more cardiac issues?
That's interesting. So like hormone replacement meds stop your body from naturally making so you're assuming that your body's not making.
Well, it's not.
Well, you don't know. And that's the
pretty
situation
sure
is. Well,
you do know.
Well, we'll agree to disagree.
Anyway.
But the reality is that when you give hormone replacement, you're also going to give more of, you're going to make the body release other shit to temper the hormone that you're getting.
So soy is a better hormone replacement than the regular hormone replacements?
For post-cardiac problems, it is.
Post
cardiac issues.
I meant postmenopausal issues.
I don't know if it's postmenopausal, baby.
Oh, it's just post-cardiac?
Yes. That's what we're talking about because that's what's on the exam.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Love you.
Yeah, I love you.
So
what else we got?
Wear
buddy?
red for the next couple days.
Yes.
Go women. Go women. We love their hearts. And then
I love everything about women.
Yes. It is also Black History Month.
Boobies. Yes.
And one of your favorite topics is the Freedom House Project.
I love the fact that the world doesn't give the credit to this that it should be given.
No.
The book, and you listen, I don't like they're not a sponsor of the company or anything like that, or the podcast or anything. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and just say that the Jones and Bartlett doesn't give me any money. Actually, I owe them money.
We do owe them money.
Yeah, I won't.
But they won't let us pay them.
Yes, they don't know. They can't figure that whole thing out. So the Jones and Bartlett people, great people out there, but they have the Nancy Carolyn book, which to me, as a paramedic that's done this job for 20 some odd years, I say that's the only real book that exists. Because this woman basically created a manual on how to train a paramedic until this day. I love you, baby.
Listen, this is heavy.
Till this day is the only manual still existing out there that people still use, because the other shit that's out there, and I'll say it rhymes with Brady, they just don't do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? But this woman created something called the Freedom House Project.
Yep.
She trained an all African American ambulance company Jason, all African American ambulance company in the heart of Philadelphia and Pittsburgh.
That's crazy.
So basically, the first paramedics that responded to people in ambulances were all African American.
Yep.
Ain't that some shit?
Yep.
That's the woman that created paramedicine. Like she's part of the, let's say part of the 3 doctors that created paramedicine.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, that's unbelievable to me. And like I think that it being Black History Month, she should be remembered during this.
Yeah, I didn't think she was black though.
She was not. She was Jewish.
She helped the black people.
She is Jewish.
I gotcha.
No.
No.
One of the most interesting things about her is that she was a big palliative care person also. So she basically one of like the creators of the hospice type care system. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the big thing with that is like she moved to Jerusalem as in her formative years. I don't want to call her old and shit, but she moved to Jerusalem and Israel. She went to Israel, created she actually started a hospice hospital, and that's where she died at. She died in her own hospital that she created.
Do you know like what was the reason she died so young?
She had cancer. So she created
that sucks. So
yeah,
somebody that's done so good,
freaking believable, man. That whole little New Jersey, Pennsylvania area is one of the most unbelievable areas in our industry, bro. You talk about like the Center for Emergency Medicine, you know what I mean? Like where our Dr. Benjamin Abbo came from.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's that?
He's there right now.
Is he there right now?
Is he
what's he there? What's he doing there? Yeah, he's teaching a cow. Oh yeah, that's right. That's going on right now.
What is it?
That is why you can't get a hold of Riley McNally, because he's probably there right now.
Really?
Yeah, Ms. Riley McNally, when you get her, and we got to get her on the podcast.
We love her. She gave us Stella.
Yes. We got to get her on the podcast. Are you guys almost done with that? Can you just hold your microphone?
I'm trying.
So
I think the timer. Oh, we got 7 minutes.
So distracting.
I'm sorry. Yep. Yeah. Well. Yep. Maybe. No. Yeah. So anyway.
I'm just gonna wait.
Yeah.
It's distracting.
It's so distracting.
There you go. Just hold your microphone. Thank you, baby.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Sorry, Ms.
It's not as heavy.
Carolyn. Thank you for creating paramedicine. Just gonna give you the credit you needed to.
She's watching you.
You did a great job.
She's watching you.
The Center
I mean, we could
for
talk to her if
Emergency
you want.
Medicine in Pittsburgh right now is the CPR. Jason, you do CPR
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Not a, but do you do it on women?
But you call stroke alerts.
Those are the first ones I do it on.
Those people came from that area.
Yeah.
It's crazy. The coolest thing about working in the building that we work out of as the rescue company one is that there's a little museum downstairs. And I think we do have the link to our doc talking about the Freedom House Project and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And there's a video there. And our doc coming from there is one of those most interesting things, because like he has like spent time with the dude that created CPR.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's lucky.
You know what
That's
I mean?
awesome.
Like just sitting there and like, you imagine talking to that dude, talking about like the, like what were you thinking at that time?
Yeah. Like, hey,
how did you come up with this? And why are you not a millionaire?
Yeah.
Why is he not a millionaire?
You know why? Because the man that belongs to the people. Which brings me to my next point.
The people.
Broward Sheriff's Office.
Yes.
Broward Sheriff's is one of those people, as the rescue company one, gave us our second job, really. You know what I mean? Went over there and we taught, and we've taught there every year since 2017.
Yes.
We've had a job there, and it's an awesome place for us. We should move there.
We should.
Yeah, we'll keep that in our back
something
pocket. So, so they call us from time to time with, strange requests.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have those names, by the way? We should mention those names. No, I think it's on my
John. I think it was John, Ron and Dawn.
Buddy, well, Buddy finds it. So
Yeah.
Ron
So
John?
basically,
Yeah.
a few days ago, I see an email from them, and like it basically says, "Hey, we're not trying to teach a class or anything. We just need a copy of the Air Medical Crew book."
Yeah. And you're like, yeah, that's easy. No problem. We got,
Can the people see this, Jason?
they can see it now.
Yes.
Yes.
So this is a state law, 64J, right here, and it basically states. Read that for me there, Jason, because my eyes are blurred.
Each provider shall maintain in each paramedic's employment file documentation of successful completion of an initial air crew member ACM education program that was conducted in accordance with the 1988 United States Department of Transportation, or DOT, Air Medical Crew Advanced National Standard Curriculum,
Yes.
NSC, which is incorporated by reference and is available for purchase from AAMS 512 King Street, Suite 415, Alexandria, Virginia.
How long ago
And-
was 88?
35 years
Forever.
ago.
35 years
Forever.
ago.
So the
You wanna know
reality,
how I know?
yes.
As
Go
the
ahead.
year I was
Because you're-
born.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Well,
forgot.
happy birthday, buddy.
I knew that.
So, the reality is the 64J is the law that governs our state of Florida EMS. And Florida, because of the great, like governors that we've had, like Mr. DeSantis.
Yes.
See how we brought that back?
Yep.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. I am a loop closer, my friend.
You are.
So,
You love the circles.
yes. And you basically, we protect our EMS shit through the laws because of Dr. Eugene Nagel was smart enough to go, hey, we need the government to be involved in what we do.
Mhm.
So air ambulances are guided by this whole thing, which is what's created the Rescue Company One. We teach this course.
Mhm.
So they call us.
They do. Well, they email us.
They email us and they go, hey, do you have this book? Now, the current version of the book states in the first page of it that this is in addition to the 1988
Mhm.
Department of Transportation Air Crew course. And we basically, that's what we use. We use that for teaching. But the reality is that this book isn't published anymore.
Right. Because it's
You cannot find it anywhere.
a memo.
It is a memo. It's not a book. So there's no IBSN number. I'm no
Right.
former librarian like Jason is, but which is hilarious. Jason
wears all
was a
the hats.
librarian.
I'm Mr. Dewey Decibel.
Dude, you are a fucking onion.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It is the you're my favorite person to talk about.
You never know.
People,
Never
we
find out.
are starting a OnlyFans with Jason.
Yeah.
And it's just basically you're going to be able to look at what Jason does all day long.
It's
Now-
fascinating.
We
It
will only
is-
start it if somebody replies to any of the social media, any place, anywhere,
Stop
That is
it.
so
at,
fucking
just
easy.
at least one time.
We are fucking doing it
Then we'll
OnlyFans
start
for
it.
Jason. Like
It won't happen.
one of my favorite things is just what he does all day.
Yes, it
And-
really is one of your favorites.
Oh, I enjoy his whole catalog and I will celebrate it. Like I will be the only person on the OnlyFans, but
Sometimes I wish we were on a different planet that had more hours in the day.
like
Me too.
you know?
people,
Imagine all the things he would do with more hours.
I,
I would do-
I would do
sleep.
nothing but watch him.
Mm.
And like, there's people at the hospital that I work at right now that are waiting for this OnlyFans, which is why I think it's unbelievable. Because I've got them to watch multiple Jason videos and they can't get enough. Anyways,
Anyway,
there we were.
yes,
there we
there we were.
I answer the person, send them the current version of the
Yes.
book, and they say, nope, we
Nope,
need
I
the
don't want that.
1988. So I don't know at the time that this person's been at this for a year.
Right.
Oh.
That's the craziest
She
part.
I
has
didn't even
been-
know that.
She's been dealing with this for a year. She's called the government
Yes.
in the United States.
Oh,
Oh,
time's
oh
up.
yeah,
up,
yeah. You got to stop that.
Stop that.
Yes.
Stop.
Jesus
What the-
Christ,
what
I
the
did not
fuck was
know
that?
that he actually did that.
Jesus.
I didn't know.
Holy shit!
I didn't know.
I'm never getting that time back.
So
Oh my God,
at the
just died.
request of the requester,
Yes, go ahead and read some
Um,
names.
Miss Yvonne, I'm sorry, I'm going to say your name wrong. Feho, I think is closest I can get to that.
Yeah, I'm
Quality management team at BSO, Fire and Emergency Services,
Broward
along
Sheriff's Office.
with
Yes.
Keith Clark, EMS chief, and Steve Krivenik. I'm sorry, I said it wrong. I'm so sorry. Lieutenant Quality Manager. So she has been after this apparently for a year. So we didn't know that. Yesterday, in response to the second email we got from her requesting this 1988 version,
Yes.
instead of going back and forth on email, we did Carlos's favorite thing and we called her.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not an email person.
No.
Yes.
So we get her on the phone.
Yes.
And then she goes on to tell us the whole story about what she's been doing and how, like, the National Archive thing, like, she's been going to all the places
Yes.
and it doesn't exist.
Yes.
So there you were. And you go,
I would like to.
I can get it.
I would like to say that this company is one of the resources in the industry. What you got there, buddy?
I don't know. It got distracted me because it says breaking news.
Oh no, it just BSO.
Okay.
So you know, our job is to know what happens in the company, right? In the industry right now.
Mhm.
If there's a helicopter or a plane and you put a person in it that's sick, that's our job.
Yes.
So we look for that.
Mhm.
And what makes us good is that we have resources.
Yes. Lots
For
of
the
them.
for the example of the human robot, there's a futuristic robot that was sent back through time to change the world for patients and one lucky woman, Mr. Krupa.
Yeah. The Krupa.
The Krupa bot. He has a copy of that book,
He does.
which we do here too.
Now.
Yes. No. We did have a copy.
We just can't find it.
Which is buried
In
in that room back behind us. So,
but instead of going in that room,
I
it
called
was
Mr.
easier to
Krupa.
make some phone calls.
And then Krupa said, yeah, I got that at home.
I'll
and
find
then
it. I'll make a note.
As I talked to Krupa, I go, who else was in that first class that was ever produced where George Washington was in and Abraham Lincoln, and those guys were in with the created air flight paramedics.
Mhm.
Who was in that class? Mr. Don Heath himself.
Mhm.
And I called Don Heath and I go, hey, do you have a copy of this book? By the way, this woman has called the National Library.
Yes.
The library that the president gets his books from.
She's called places I didn't even know existed.
University of Miami.
All of them.
They're currently searching for a man that checked this book out in 2001. And apparently he either died on 9/11 or we don't know what's happening to this man. And there's a new Dateline episode that's about to happen.
He didn't return the book.
He didn't return the book. So we called Don Eve, who goes, yes, I have it. The publisher doesn't make this anymore. Nobody makes this anymore because it's a fucking memo that they put a cover on.
Yes.
And we created a law around it.
Uh-huh.
And we found the book. We found multiple copies of the book within 2 calls.
Yes. One in which was a full-on digital copy scanned in page by page, 262 pages.
He scanned his own book with the notes from the original class that he took in 1874.
Yes. So now by about this time, it's like 7:00 at night.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like we were here until like 7:30, 8 o'clock.
It was fucking
so it
late.
was like 7. So he goes, I gotta call this lady back right now.
And tell her to check her email because I'm sending her
so she goes,
a copy of the book that she spent
I don't
the
usually
year.
answer this phone this late, but something told me to answer it.
Yes.
I have never heard somebody at that level of excitement
Yes.
over a book.
A year of her life has gone into finding this shit.
We found it.
We found
twice.
it. If you need something
in a few hours.
Yes. If you need
You
something,
call us.
yes, that's EMS in general
Mm.
or flight medicine, we're gonna find it for you.
Yeah.
Like the funniest shit about Amanda since she's been here, and then the funniest shit about Trish has been married to me is that we don't say no to a lot of shit.
Sometimes we should.
I got a life
Sometimes
raft
we
to
should.
Dominican Republic within a few hours of the requesting thing.
Yeah.
Yes, we. Yes, sir, we.
Mhm.
Well, we got one there.
We did.
Yes. And you're awesome.
Anyways.
So, I just think that it's awesome what happens here.
Oh, so many things. You never know what the day's gonna bring.
I want a new mic stand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the mic stand.
It was the table.
Yeah.
There's
Hey,
a
baby.
hole.
Oh.
What you got to say?
What?
What do you have to say?
Me?
Yes. To the people. The music.
Oh, now I have to pick this thing up again and it's heavy.
But just for a second.
I would say I have so many things to say. Oh, make sure you let your patients make their own decisions. and support them no matter whether or not you believe in them or not.
I think you should also say that your parents are amazing.
They are amazing.
Absolutely.
They are.
Your mom was a fire chief in Kentucky.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and your dad was a longtime Ocoee fireman
Yep.
/ schools teacher,
Yep.
U.S. Marshal.
Was he really?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
No, the guy
Holy
is
shit.
He's
more interesting than I am.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He is the
definitely.
most interesting man in the world.
Yeah.
He is funny as shit, and he is. Your parents are unbelievable.
They
you
are.
know, and this is like they spent a long time educating a lot of places in
Everybody.
the United States.
Yeah.
I learned what a holler was from
That's
your
when
dad.
you yell at somebody.
No,
No.
it's not.
No, it's a place.
No, it's a place
holler's
you
a
live.
place.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I think I lived in one.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Oh.
It's like
Pretty sure I still do.
it's amazing the heart that they have.
Yeah.
And I love them.
Yeah.
They are the most amazing people I've ever met.
They were. It was interesting to see, like, when I was in the hospital with my mom, and when I was talking to the doctor about, like, she's not going to agree to that. And he's
Yeah.
like, really?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, really.
Yeah. Man.
And he's like, are you kidding me right now? I was like, no, I'm not
No.
kidding you right now.
No, sir.
And I was like, listen, it is her body, and I have to support whatever decision she makes. It's not mine. She gets to make whatever decision that feels right to her.
Mhm.
And he was flabbergasted. The nurse practitioner that was right there next to him was like, good for you.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
don't see it very often.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Oh,
But the
It is very hard.
the Rays are good people.
They're amazing.
Yeah, and they have changed my life.
Yeah.
And the craziest thing is that we're buying a school and they're helping us with that.
Mm-hmm.
And the amount of people we're going to train people that are going to help those people.
Yep.
And let's say we do this for 10 years, right? And we do 10 people a year for 10 years, and those people help 10 people for the listen, we will have touched the whole world.
Yep.
Because it takes 7 degrees of separation to touch everybody in the world.
In an appropriate way.
Yes. What you got, Jason?
Oh, one of the biggest things that I have right now is definitely the fact that I don't know if you can see the screen right now, but
oh God.
there's a new Roadmaster, a new Buick Roadmaster coming out.
Are you fucking kidding me?
This year? Can you
They're
see
gonna
it?
they're
Can you
gonna
see this
produce.
thing?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah,
They're gonna produce another one of these things.
this thing is badass, and I can't wait. I'm on the waiting list right now.
Well,
it's
Yes.
what?
I got
Are
a
you gonna
guy.
give up your truck for that?
Fuck yeah! I'll give
I
up my
will-
truck for that.
I
And
will.
probably mine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to lock it.
I will
Yeah.
totally get one of those before you will.
No,
you won't.
Because
no.
I got a guy.
No, you don't need one.
I'm on the waiting list, but they said I won't be
Waiting list
able to
mean nothing
buy
to me.
until 2023.
Oh.
It is 2020.
2022. Like
He's
it's-
on the waiting list, and he's the only guy on.
yeah,
there.
it's you and 2 other people that are probably gonna die in a nursing home.
Ugh,
Yeah.
So you're good.
That's all I
And
got.
I got a guy. I'm so buying the one that Jason wants.
Make
No, we're
wagon
not.
great. again.
I will totally fucking
No.
buy that.
No,
before
we
Jason
don't need
does.
to do
Well,
that.
we'll agree
We'll
to
talk.
disagree.
We'll talk
Man,
about it
she's
later.
Keep it in
beautiful.
my back pocket.
Look at that.
Look
So
at that.
hot.
That is
All right.
the ugliest car I've
You
ever
and my
seen.
dad are gonna get along so well. Like,
The ugliest
do you know
car
what
I've
a
ever seen.
matador is?
Isn't that something that does with the bull?
No, it's,
Ole!
it's an American car that looked a lot like that.
Oh,
Oh God!
really?
Please don't give
He-
him any more
I'm looking
ideas.
it up right
He
now.
he used to make he would buy those all the time.
Babe, now I'm gonna have to get a Matador too.
Yep.
I don't really
We're
want
not
that.
getting one. They don't make them anymore.
Oh, that means that he's gonna find
Well,
one.
like-
Oh,
No.
great.
They,
No,
they
no,
didn't,
So
No,
excited.
no.
they didn't make the
I have a guy.
Roadmaster until
We're gonna
this
get
year.
more
So
cars.
I have a guy. I found the alligator skin Air Force Ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yes. So, anyways, this is for another show, baby. So, buddy, what do you have?
Oh my gosh, so many things. I'm just excited for what the future is got
man.
in store for us.
Who knows what's gonna happen?
I see great things happening, and you know, again, to go back to being all cheesy and whatever, like I came here because I knew that this could be even greater than the greatness it already was. And
Man.
I wanted to be part of that, and I wanted to see it grow, and I wanted to see what could happen and to see the change in people's lives and education. And that's what we're doing. And I'm glad to be a part of it. And I just can't wait to see what's next, because I think it'll be great.
It's unreal.
And also, Trisha's parents are awesome.
Yes.
It really sucks what's happening and what you're going through. We do love your parents. But I admire the hell out of you for respecting what your mom wanted, even though everything said no. But you were respecting that, and you just love her. And that's all you can do. And that's exactly what you're doing. And I think that's amazing.
I love your mom and your dad, who do not adhere to safety precautions given by the rescue company one.
Oh, ever.
Yes. And this is the thing, man. Like you've got to live every day like it's your last possible day. You got to live life like you're dying, because you just
I
don't
like
know.
the song.
You just don't know, man. You just don't know. And that is a great song. It's the only country song I like.
Reality, we are all dying.
Yeah. And the thing is that like you don't know when your last day is, and the only legacy you leave behind are the people that you are able to affect. You know what I'm saying? And one of the greatest things that we do here is the fact that we teach people how to save others.
Yep.
And not only how to do that, but do it in the worst possible situation, in the most uncomfortable of situations, in the most uncomfortable of things. The greatest fucking thing that we've done as a rescue company one is that anybody that did this before we did it doesn't do it now. And we made it cheap, made it affordable, and we made it within the reach of like things.
Yeah.
And the greatest fucking thing is the diversity of people that we put out in the world. The diversity of the nurses and paramedics and doctors that are out there doing this job all came from here.
Yeah.
We are the AIDS of the air medical industry. And that's some shit. Like we are spreading like COVID-19 out there right now, because you can't fucking get a person that does this well
No.
that didn't come through here.
No.
And you know what? We're not polished. We're not the thing you expect it to be. We're not those people, but we will teach you how to do this job. We will teach you how to be good at this job. We'll teach you how to fucking survive at doing it.
Yeah. And you don't paint the perfect picture, and the biggest thing, you go into every single class and you're honest.
Yeah.
The good, the bad, the ugly, all of it.
The things that will keep you alive is the things that we need to teach you.
Yep.
The things you need to do for others is what we're going to teach you here. And the side effect of what we do is that we'll get you through your fucking test.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about that.
No.
I don't care if you passed or not. I care about what you're going to be able to do the job or not.
Yep.
That's the reality of things. The reality of things is that people that didn't trust in us, that didn't fucking care about it, is like, we've been here for like 2 fucking long ass days, and you can hear the fucking people that didn't give a fuck calling, giving a fuck now.
Yeah. I welcome those people to step in here and look at our calendar.
Yeah. 2 people that did believe in us, and I have to mention those on this show, and is that Dr. Gondia out there.
Oh, I love him.
You've seen him on our podcast before, and man, I'm gonna tell you, Bill McGrath, who's my Elvis.
Oh, I love him too.
Me
Yes,
too.
like those people believed in us. You got to understand, when you're an 18-year-old kid and you watch Bill McGrath did the shit that he done, and some of the things like I've tried to be that dude. You know what I'm saying? And wish that I could do the shit that guy does. And when that guy believes in you, there's nothing that can stop you.
And now he's your buddy too.
Well, yeah, I mean, like
you're friends with your Elvis.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I had dinner with him. I had dinner with my Elvis number 1 and then Elvis number 2's kid. was at dinner with us, you know, little Corey,
Yes.
which we got to call him little Corey.
Yeah.
You know, the whole time. So, because, you know, Big Corey wrote the books that we fucking teach from.
Mhm. We have a lot of amazing people
Yeah,
here,
absolutely.
and we are gonna leave a mark on
Yeah, I
the
sure
on
hope
this
so.
industry.
When the
I-
Tegans and the Zoes and the Xanders of the world, and then the new one, I'm gonna be a godfather to
Yeah,
Josh's baby, who's gonna run this company. When they're here,
another girl.
yes, I can. Hey,
That's gonna be. I can't wait till she's a teenager.
I
Oh, I
cannot
know. He's
wait.
gonna lose his mind. I can't wait till she throws food for the first time.
Yeah, you know, listen. Here's the thing. Josh will be dead by then. I'll be around because he's like
Spaghetti across the
because he's
kitchen.
105 years old. And the reality is, I got 3 quinceañeras to pay for, which is the only reason why I'm still working. So between Tegan's and Zoe's and you know, the new one coming.
Mhm.
What's her name?
Well, I'm trying to not
we're
mention
not.
that because it's a millennial name and I don't like it.
Oh,
Oh, I don't even know that I know it.
Yes.
I don't remember it.
Yeah, I'm trying not to.
All right.
So, anyways,
Anyways,
as we speak,
leave.
I will say this. We've only got one rule at this company that will get you fired, which is everybody love everybody.
Oh, that one. Okay.
You know, because listen, people around here fuck up all the time.
Yes.
And it's hard to fire these motherfuckers. But because there's only like 10 of them.
Yeah.
And we need all of them.
And I fired them all multiple times.
Yeah, Amanda wants to number you guys. So
Listen, the nuns get numbered.
yes. So the reality is this: everybody love everybody because it's the one thing when you don't consider the person next to you is the only thing that fucking matters in the world. And if you can't follow that, you don't fucking deserve to be around. So till the next time, go fuck yourself. Bye.